11 Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League. Judgment Week continues in the Simulation Football League. The final week of the regular season rolls on tonight live on 11 Sports. The 9-2 Tallahassee Pride hosting the 8-3 Mexico City Aztecs in a rivalry that goes all the way back to Season 5, which was now over 4 years ago. Alongside Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine. The Pride lead the all-time series 7-4. And Charles, these are two top 10 teams ready to position themselves for a championship run.
Yeah, two top teams fighting for playoffs, standings in the playoffs. Tallahassee Pride, they're riding on a 7-game win streak. The Aztecs lost last week and looking to bounce back. I think one of the things that Tallahassee has shown is a tendency to throw a lot. Mexico's a little bit more balanced on offense, I think, but I think they're both pretty much even, though, from an offensive standpoint. I think the edge, though, goes on the defensive side, where I give the nod to Tallahassee. I think it's going to be a good game. But if Aztecs are going to win, they're going to have to keep that dangerous front line of Tallahassee in check.
Mexico City's going to kick. And what do you think about these two teams? I'm sure you've seen a few of them in other games this season, Charles.
Well, I mean, I think we're gonna have a great game tonight. As I said, both teams are very solid on the offensive on the offensive side. And on the defensive side, they're both pretty good, but I think the edge goes to Tallahassee.
All right, we're all ready to go here from Florida. A game of epic playoff proportions with Stephen Hacker on stats. We're all ready. Kick it, Cole Varner. We're underway. Inside the goal line just a bit as the sun sets here in Florida, and what a hit right out of the gate at the 22-yard line. That smackdown from David Jr. of Mexico City, and Tallahassee in all purples tonight. The combo of light and dark. Mexico City wears their road reds and whites tonight.
Yep, got a lot of colors going on here, and looking forward to see what Christensen does on this first series. He's leading in almost every statistical category.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. 4 receivers. The handoff to A.J. Francis, and Francis picks up 9 yards. A fast start for Tallahassee's ground game, which they haven't been featuring super often this year, Charles, but we know that they're more than capable.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about this leading into the game tonight. That might be the wrinkle that they throw at Mexico City that they're not expecting. Get Francis a little bit more involved in the running game.
2nd and 1 of the 31-yard line with 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen and really nobody covering them at all. Now they creep back up to the screen and nearly got an interception. A nice disguise there of zone, and then Franagawa ends up coming down onto your screen and forcing the incompletion, and he looks at Gossett, and they're already jawing out there.
Yeah, did you see how fast they closed on that? I mean, like you said, I thought it was going to be a quick completion there, but they shut it down.
So now a 3rd down and 1 for Tallahassee, their first 3rd down of the night. 3-4 defense for Mexico City. And with 2 in the backfield, Christensen facing a blitz, and Francis runs the other way. 1st down, Tallahassee going to pick up 15 on the play. And it's a Pride 1st down, and now they're 1-1 on 3rd down early.
Great blocking up front by the offensive line, giving their running back Francis a hole to go through. Again, we're seeing a lot of Francis on the ground here. I think that's the wrinkle that they're throwing at Mexico City. I expect to see a lot more of it.
1st and 10 at the Tallahassee 46. Again, the 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. And Christensen's going to throw. Christensen over the middle of the field. That pass is caught by Grayson Willison to pick up a 4. So Tallahassee's offense, Christensen number 13, Francis number 28. 3 receivers in this offense to keep an eye on. Ken Gossett, number 84, Grayson Willis, number 11, Hunter Jones, number 10. Also Ethan Sneed, who signed just in the last week of the season, number 88, and Jack Wall, number 81, is their tight end. A talented offensive unit. With 9:15 to go in the first, they face a 2nd and 6 just on the other side of the 50. Handoff Francis up the middle, and Francis is dragged down by a multitude of Aztecs, including Tiel Alvarado, to bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, to add some more comments on the wide receiving core, they're one of the most reliable, if not the most reliable core in the league. I mean, I've looked at their catch percentage, and it's all up in the mid to high 70s.
It's 3rd down and 3 at the Aztec 47. Christensen going to throw, and not going to get there. Ken Gossett, the intended receiver, but again, Mexico City was all over that short side, shallow route. Fran Agawa with the tackle. That might end the drive. We'll see if they go for it.
Yeah, good defense again by Fran Agawa. I mean, good closing speed, and he had that red at the snap.
And the offense stays out on the field, and they're going to go for it. And the handoff goes to Francis, and he's not going to get there. Mexico City with the stop at the 46-yard line, and that tackle made by John Adams, signed just a couple of weeks ago, and the Aztec defense comes up with the first big stop of the game.
Yeah, John Adams had penetration at the snap and was able to break down that running play. Gutsy play by Tallahassee. You know, if they got the first down, we would have said it was a genius play, but a little risky now that they weren't able to convert.
What do you think about Tallahassee going for it so early? I mean, 3 minutes into the ballgame on their opening possession.
Well, you know, it shows maybe it's showing the offensive line they got confidence in them, and you know that might prove a point here later in the game.
Wilson sacked, and quickly a loss of 6. Kevin Bain, he's been on the track this week. My goodness.
Yeah, Kevin Bain is a beast. I mean, they've got the syndicate they have there on the front line between Norwood, Hale, and Bain. They're sack machines. I went and did some math, and they have the most combined sacks out of any team in the league.
2nd and 16 at the 40.
There
Wilson in trouble again, and
Wow.
Hunter Norwood gets him for a 7-yard loss. Back-to-back sacks to start the drive.
Yeah, and he bows to his fans there. That was great play there. And as we said, this syndicate up front with Norwood, Hale, and Bain, they got to do something keeping them from the quarterback. When they go to an empty formation, or a quad, it's going to be hard keeping the quarterback safe.
3rd and 23 at the 32. 4 wide. Wilson, long way to go. Pass caught, but not a lot of 3rd and 23s in the playbook, Charles.
Yeah.
It picks up 13, but Mexico City's going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, the defensive line again. They really led the day there for that series.
So it'll bring up 4th down and 10. Alex Bond ends up making the tackle. And, Alex Bond took the league by storm early on in the season. He has still a league-leading 9 interceptions. However, there were 3 different players already this week with at least 3. Eddie Gage had 3. Rolliman Hood had 3 and a pick 6. And Andrew Francis also had 3 interceptions today. So it's been a big day for defensive backs, as a fair catch is called for at the 28-yard line by Hunter Jones. So Tallahassee goes for it on 4th down, no problem. Mexico City can't do anything with it thanks to the defensive front of the Pride and the Pride takeover.
Yeah, I mean, the Pride's, again, I think we're going to see a little more of a dose of A.J. Francis on the ground.
6:47 to go in the first. 1st and 10 at the 28. 7 in the box for Mexico City. Back to pass. Christensen, short throw over the middle to Willis. And I think we might see a lot of that tonight, Charles. Just little dink and dunk plays on both sides. I don't think either one of these teams, both of which will already have clinched a playoff spot, they don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah, no home run throws.
I'm not sure that we're going to see much of it tonight, honestly. Yeah. 2nd and 2. That Mexico City defense includes Guapo Esteban at defensive tackle, Thurgood Jenkins at defensive end, linebackers Coolio Diggs and John Adams, along with the star Nick Daggs, who's in his 4th season. Han Tayumi and Fran Agawa are at corner, and then Pablo Zamora and Jeffrey Daggs round out the secondary at safety. Esteban gets the stop for no gain. And after Francis got off to a fast start, Mexico City starting to shut it down.
Yeah, they're getting to the gaps pretty quickly and closing it down, shutting down that ability to run the game for Francis. Run the ball, excuse me.
3rd and 2 at the 37. Trips off the right, handoff Francis. Francis got a first down and a little bit more out to the 41-yard line to pick up a 4.
Yeah, good blocking up front and able to get the first down there. I think one of the things about the Mexico defense is they've got they can swarm to the ball, and they've between Tayumi and Dags, they're known for getting interceptions. So as we said earlier, if they're going deep, they got to worry about those two.
First down for the Pride. They've been able to move the ball a little bit, but Mexico City dug their teeth in on their first possession. Christensen shuffling around in the pocket, again tried to throw short to the outside, and again it's knocked away. This time on the far side by Han Tayumi, and Mexico City's been doing some scouting.
Yeah, as we said in other games, when you get opportunities like that, it would have been it could have been a game changer if he was able to hold on to that, because he would have had full ride into the end zone.
And if you're just joining us and wondering what the Simulation Football League is, it's the first controllerless esport in the world, and these teams have watched a lot of film and submitted game plans into the AI prior to this simulation taking place, and we're watching it here live with all of you and all the players, coaches, and owners that are out there in our live chat. If you want to join the live chat, it's twitch.tv/simulationfl. Jack Wallace FL, realist since Kumbaya 24, C. Pundy, and Mark P. Mello in there, and Kumbaya dominating the chat. Xander Gold's in there. Xanthos is there as well, along with the Law 15 AZ. That pass by Christensen, caught over the middle, first down to the Aztec 48-yard line. This is about where the first drive stalled for Tallahassee. They went for it on 4th and 1, didn't get it. Hunter Jones with the catch.
Yeah, Hunter Jones was right there. There wasn't any defender around him. He was able to pull it in and get the first down. As we talked about earlier, we're seeing a lot of short pass routes. They haven't done anything medium or long yet, and I guess we shouldn't be expecting too much of that.
Francis with 31 yards on 6 carries to start. Christensen's 5 of 7 for 25 yards in the early going. 3-step drop, fires again short. That pass is caught by Willis, and I think Mexico City will give him that 3-yard dink and dunk all day.
Yeah, they've been peppering that middle area. It can get to be a little dangerous once the defense starts figuring out what the tendency is.
So these teams right now, if Mexico City wins, it will make it impossible for Alaska to get higher than the 6th seed. If they lose, things can still get a little crazy with tiebreakers, depending upon what Chicago and Atlanta can do. And then Tallahassee's in a 3-way tie. Oh, nearly intercepted off the screen pass. Again, Mexico City defending the short flats, and Tallahassee has not been able to counter so far. Tayumi and Agawa each with a couple of passes defended already.
Yeah, I think that was Tayumi there that got in the way of that pass. I don't think the running back, Francis, I think it threw him off and he wasn't able to see where the ball was going.
Now a trio of receivers to the right of Christensen, including Willis, who's at the bottom of the formation. 3rd down and 7. Tallahassee trying to keep a drive going. Flip it outside Francis. Francis not going anywhere. Shut down at the 42. And very slow to get up was the tackler. Couldn't see a number, but Mexico City, for the second time on their side of the field, going to get a defensive stop.
Yeah, the secondary of Mexico City's playing very solidly here for the first quarter.
So the Pride will punt it away despite Christensen having a solid start, 7 for 10, but they just have not been able to move the chains enough. Dag's going to let this bounce inside the 10, and Tallahassee cannot stop it from going into the end zone. 3:22 to go in the first quarter, a scoreless game. Two very good teams feeling each other out. We'll see what Mexico City has to offer on their next drive when we return. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports. Back here in Tallahassee at the Lions' Den, a scoreless game. The Aztecs have not picked up a first down yet and have been on the field just 3 plays. Tallahassee's had the ball 16 plays, but neither team has a score. Wilson almost sacked again. Had to dump it off to Ray Bentley, and it might have ended up going down as a run on a backwards pass, gain of 2.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first touch for Ray Bentley, Hall of Famer Ray Bentley, I might add. I think to date, he's been the number 1 target for Matt Wilson, both on the ground and in the air. So I don't expect that to change too much tonight.
Offensive coordinator Stephen Mullinex uses him in a variety of ways, and Bentley is 5th in rushing at 1,189 yards. What a dart.
Did you see that? Sidearm.
Sidearm pass to K.L. Barrett. That was a thing of beauty.
That was a thing of beauty. And Matt Wilson, there's a reason why he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's right up there in passing yards at number 5. He's 2nd in touchdowns, 3rd in the least amount of receptions, and he's number 1 in QBR. So he's having a heck of a year. I would say he's on pace for his best season.
3,431 yards, just shy of Julian Tyree in 4th place on the leaderboards. Marcus Dunhill, dark horse MVP candidate, nearly 4,000 yards, and he's got Atlanta going to the playoffs. They play tomorrow night against Seattle. Wilson on a 1st and 10 drops back and hits Barrett, and K.L. Barrett super active early on. He's already got 3 grabs, and they've gotten him going early and often, 36 yards already.
Yeah, the last couple plays, the offensive line of Mexico City has really been giving Matt Wilson time to throw that ball and let the play develop. And that's as we said, that's a pretty big task against that three linemen on Tallahassee.
This has to be a positive sign for the Aztecs after a quick 3 and out for Mexico City on their first drive. This is the fullback, and he actually kicked up some grass there, trying to dig his cleats out of the natural grass here. That was the fullback, Andres Tovar, struggling.
I thought he was trying to figure out which way to go. I thought he might have been having a wrong way incident here.
Right?
Looked like he took a couple steps the wrong way.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was going to the other end zone. Hey, look, nobody's in front of me. Wait a minute.
It's open this way.
Wait a minute. Taking the easy way out. 3rd and 2, split backs for Wilson, and 7 in the box for Tallahassee. Look how far off the corners are on 3rd and 2. And Wilson easily dumps off an out route to Barrett for a first down. He could have had anybody he wanted on that.
That's what I call a cushion.
Yeah.
It's easy to get a first down. Here, it's just me talking on that. But it looks like it's pretty easy to get a first down when you got that type of cushion with those receivers.
Oh, for sure. They just kind of gave it up there on that one. 1st and 10 now on the Pride 49-yard line. First time the Aztecs have crossed midfield. They were sacked twice in the first 3 plays, but no sacks for the Pride on this drive. Norwood and Bain got the first 2. And just as I say that, Wilson dumps it off to Bentley to avoid a sack, and Bentley is crushed at the Tallahassee 44, but he pops back up. That is Succo Lamano making the play for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, good gain there for Bentley, but it looked like the defensive linemen for Tallahassee are starting to get some penetration again.
Mark Chisholm in the chat says, what are y'all sipping in the booth this evening?
Crystal clear mountain spring water.
There you go. I knew you'd throw in as many adjectives as you could on that. 2nd and 5 with a minute to go in the first. Wilson going to throw, pump fake, now goes middle, caught Mike Daggs to the Tallahassee 25. First time we've gotten to say his name. Hashtag throw it to the tight end.
Yeah, get that tight end involved, and Matt Wilson had plenty of time for that play to develop. There wasn't anyone near him.
Well, Daggs just running right through the zone there, right over the head of Lamano before it looked like Chappelle made that tackle. 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Mexico City trying to become the first team to put points on the board this evening. A fast-moving first quarter, and offside on Taekwon Hale will give him a free play out to Bentley. Bentley inside the 20 makes a move, makes a second player miss. That was Lamano before finally being dragged down by J.R. Lawless, who was signed in Week 9. And we'll see if they take this.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91. Defense.
Yeah, I'd take it.
And they will accept. That'll bring up a 1st and 5, and a rare offside from Taekwon Hale. He is not a player that makes many mistakes.
Yeah, I think the whole defense is pretty well disciplined, but yeah, that is definitely a rare mistake.
Well, this has got to be the fastest first quarter of the whole season. 6 seconds to go, and the clock is moving. 1st and 5 at the Tallahassee 20. 3 receivers. Wilson flips it off to Bentley early and often. That's the end of the first quarter, and we'll take a short break. We're scoreless, but the Aztecs are moving. 2 playoff teams, only one can get a critical win in the final week of the regular season. You're watching the SFL on 11 Sports. Back here in Florida, no score heading into the second quarter, but Mexico City is on the move. It's a 2nd and 3 off of a 2-yard completion to Bentley and an offsides penalty on Taekwon Hale. Split backs in the backfield. Matt Wilson and company have not run the ball yet tonight. Wilson sidearm throws, hits Richard Montague down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, pickup of 18, and Matt Wilson is 9 for 9 for 83 yards.
Yeah, he's on a tear. They're going to have to do something to put pressure on him. If they're giving him the time that he's getting, he's going to rip him apart.
Man, this strategy on the road, pretty bold. Coming in, they are not messing around. They're using all their weapons to make plays happen in the passing game. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line for Wilson and the Aztecs. Nervous Pride fans in the stadium. First run of the night. Ray Bentley only got one. Stood up by Lawless and Alex Bond on the combo tackle. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, as you were saying, though, I think the one thing for the Mexico side is they haven't had the best record away. They're 6-0 at home and 2-3 on the road, so they're looking to change that around tonight.
That's a big stat, especially come playoff time. 2nd and goal at the 2 for Wilson. Just 3 down linemen for Tallahassee. Handoff goes to Ray Bentley, and he scores. Touchdown, Mexico City. The Aztecs first on the board, and that's got to feel good after Mexico City really struggled to get anything going against Houston last week.
Yep, 12th touchdown for the season, 79th for his career. He's having a great season. I think the one thing that makes this season unique for Ray Bentley is, as we said at the start of the game, he's heavily involved in the passing game, and his numbers are off the charts for receiving.
He's got 12 on the ground and 11 through the air touchdowns.
Sorry, yeah, it's this is its 14th rushing touchdown. I had it mixed up.
14th?
11. Yeah, this is his 25th. He's got 25 total.
Wow, 14 on the ground, 11 through the air. That was a 12-play, 78-yard drive, and Mexico City takes a 7-0 lead. Back in a jiffy. Aztecs by a touchdown. Pride need to answer. The final week of the regular season rolls on next. Tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House, and brought to you in part by Fuel Beyond Imagination. Visit the all-new SFLinteractive.net today. By Matt Doyle Designs, the official branding partner of the SFL, and by Media Tech Institute. Turn your passion into your profession. Aerial shots brought to you by AirViews, United by Drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. The beautiful Florida. You know, I love coming down here because it gives us so many opportunities. There's so many great cities around here. Miami, Tampa Bay,
Definitely, yep.
Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee.
A lot of different culture,
areas.
too.
Yes,
It's great.
absolutely. It's a fun road trip as Tallahassee will return it 4 yards deep in their end zone, and outrunning his blockers is Hunter Jones, and he gets it out to the 21-yard line. So we've mentioned the top six. How about the crazy wild card race? Don't have any teams involved in that tonight, but holy moly, it is a mess out there. That is, you counted right, 7 teams within a half a game of each other at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. You got to give your hats off to Mexico City here on that drive. They went into the opponent's house, scored the first touchdown, walked up to the bully on the playground, and punched him in the face. So they've got control here, and now Tallahassee has to respond.
At the 21, caught by Ken Gossett, pickup of 17 yards on the play. Gossett is a superstar in this league, and he is the SFL's Randy Moss.
Definitely. He's up there in the all-time records as well. 14th in overall yards and 9th in touchdowns.
Well, I bet by the end of his career, he's going to be a top 5 receiver for sure. He's got a lot of...
Only 5 seasons. That's incredible.
Yeah, got a lot of gas left in the tank. He's 5th coming into the night, 1,165 yards receiving. Everybody chasing Matt Burnham, but Burnham and Manning are done. San Francisco with a bye in the final week of the season, so... still up for grabs. Who's going to be the receiving champion in terms of yards this year? Oh,
Nice
Francis
move.
made a
Look at
couple
that.
missed.
Wow.
Francis, beautiful play. There is a flag down. I didn't see anybody jump, so
Is
this
that
could
holding?
be coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, he was doing his impression of a whirling dervish out there.
Oh, we don't need another clipping. Oh, my
no.
goodness. Mexico City, Tallahassee's what started Clipgate. the clipping that basically brought Mexico City completely out of field goal range in a moment where a field goal would have won the game late. This time the call goes in favor of the Aztecs, and guard Fred Nelson is called for the penalty, and that's going to set up a 1st and 22 way back at the 26-yard line.
Ouch.
So under 9 to go, that derails the Pride drive, and they haven't really gone deep tonight, but they might need to in the next 3 plays. Christensen straight back, fires it in the slot, and it's knocked away. And if Christensen keeps trying to force those balls short into the flat, we might see a pick 6 before the night's over.
With either Tayumi's or Ogawa's name on it.
And Christensen's now 8 of 12. All 4 incompletions have been on a short flat throw. Either Ogawa or Tayumi's got a hand on it.
They have not been testing him deep at all, on either side.
So now it sets up 2nd and 22, 8:49 to go in the first half. And if Mexico City can get the win tonight, they would leapfrog into 4th. Tallahassee would fall into 5th, and that could potentially set up a 4-5 rematch in the quarterfinals next week. But still plenty of action to come this week, so hard to say, really. Gossett on a slant inside, picks up 9 to make it a more manageable 3rd and 13.
Yeah, still difficult, though, against that Aztec secondary.
TMG82 in the chat says it has come full circle, talking about the clipping, the clipping penalty. At least for Tallahassee, it happened early in the second quarter and not on a critical final drive. 4 receivers either side, and Christensen drops to throw. Fires for the first time today, going long to Hunter Jones, and Tallahassee's got a first down to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Hunter Jones got a step beyond the zone coverage there and was wide open. Great time given by the offensive line, and great pass by Christensen as well.
And it's going to be interesting to see how the Pride adjust. Mexico City playing a lot in those short flats, and if they can hit some corners or some fades
catch them napping.
over the top, they can catch them napping. And Tallahassee could turn the tables. Now under 8 to go. And the Pride, this is the 3rd time already they've been into Aztec territory tonight, but this is the deepest they've gone. Christensen, all kinds of time. Pocket breaks down, but not before he fires it out to Gossett for an 8-yard pick at the 33.
Yeah, manageable 2nd and 2 there. I mean, it's I still think you need to mix in a little more Francis as well. I mean, he's shown some success.
C. Pundy, Kumbaya 24, Jack Wall, The Law 15, Ochenta 11, Little Man Michael, all of them, Tallahassee Pride members, dominate the chat, and that's one of the more fun things about the SFL is getting a chance to bond with your teammates. And boy, we've got a case of the receivers and fullbacks tonight, not knowing which end zone is theirs. Gossett's going to lose 4 yards, but going back to the camaraderie part of the SFL, you know, that is one of the best parts of it, and you know it from being in Vancouver.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, that makes it. This is a great league, but it adds a lot more fun to the league when you have a great group of guys in the locker room, guys and gals.
3rd down and 7 for Tallahassee. On 3rd down, they are an impressive 4 for 6 tonight. Christensen back to pass, fires it out to Gossett. Got to get to the sticks. He won't get there.
Nice tackle.
The corners for Mexico City each deserve a game ball as Han Tayumi makes a tackle just short of the 1st down, and once more Tallahassee finds themselves 1 yard short of moving the chains, and once again the offense stays on the field. Now they've already gone for it once.
Will they do it again?
On a short situation, and they didn't get it. So I don't think Mexico City's really thinking that Tallahassee's going to do it for a second time here.
Disciplined.
Yeah, Christensen's got the hard count going. Down to 8, down to 6. Going to be a tough field goal. And Tallahassee, since they didn't get the first 4th down conversion of the night, are going to try it off the leg of their kicker instead. The kicker for Tallahassee is Richard Douglas, as he has been for quite some time.
Life.
Yeah, his whole life. That's what it feels like to me is, as your aging commissioner. I have seen some of these guys on the field for years now.
Yeah, again, you got to give your hats off to Mexico City secondary. They're playing out of their minds, except for that one pass. Besides that one play, they've been really holding their coverage and doing a great job.
So 4th and 1 at the 31-yard line. This is a 48-yard attempt for Tallahassee. So get the Pride on the board here at home. Snap a little bit off kilter, and the 48-yarder is good. Wow, nice leg there from Douglas. Had the distance, and Tallahassee breaks the scoreless streak.
Yeah, I think they needed to come away with something on that one. I'm sure they wanted to be in the end zone, but to walk away with nothing would have been a big momentum changer.
Just gets to the net. It's 6:04 to go in the first half. 7-3. Aztecs get the ball next. Matt Wilson still perfect tonight. We'll find out if he can stay that way. People in the chat asking where's the cam. We're doing some cleanup here at SFL Studios, getting ready for the playoffs. It's going to be a huge year for the playoffs, and you can expect that when the bright lights come on in the postseason, you will see that ugly face on your television screens or wherever you are
faces plural
watching the Simulation Football League. Yes, I don't want to leave Charles's face out either from that conversation.
Dude, you can if you want to.
You know, when we got the deal with 11 Sports, they said, we have some radio properties. You sure you don't want to be on the radio? I said, well, we won't be on TV or on camera that often, so you don't have to worry about it. Ray Bentley picks up 4 out to the 33-yard line. Bentley on just his 3rd carry of the night.
He's starting to get warmed up, though. You know, you could tell on that last drive, and Matt Wilson's on fire, 10 for 10. We already talked about that, but it's dangerous when Ray's starting to heat up.
Cale Barrett, 4 catches, 4 targets, 41 yards. Montague, 1 catch, 13 yards. Daggs, 1 catch, 19 yards. Bentley has 3 catches for 9 yards. So every target except Matt Gibbs. And, dangerous throw looking for Daggs, and it's knocked away. Wow. Matt Gibbs does not have a catch or a target tonight, but I'm sure he'll get one soon. Chappelle in coverage.
Yeah, rare drop by Daggs. It was in his hands and wasn't able to bring it in, and flew around there in the mosh pit, and luckily that hit the ground, and or they would have had an interception.
Mosh pitting 1 and 2 is Mexico City on 3rd down. 1 for 2, I should say. We'll see how they handle this third down conversion. 3rd and 6, 5:27 to go in the first half. Wilson takes a 5-step drop, fires it outside, caught by Barrett. Barrett's got another first down. Man, they are exposing the far side of the field with K.L. Barrett. He's having himself a night.
Yeah, they're exposing the far side, but they're also starting to clamp down on that defensive line with Tallahassee. So, we said earlier, if you give Nilsson time, he's gonna cut you up. And so far, his knife is sharp.
Barrett's 11 for 12, and we failed to mention that Dags drop was the first incompletion of the night for Matt Wilson. 1st and 10, fires it outside to Bentley in the flat, past the 45, and Bentley thrown backwards after a 5-yard pickup to the 46.
Well, when we say it, that was a little curse maybe we gave him when we said that.
We were due. We almost got to halftime. We hadn't
Right.
had one yet tonight. By the way, Barrett's season high for receptions is 8. He had 8 against New Orleans, 91 yards and a touchdown. That was back on July 14th, so already 5 in the first half. He is on pace for a banner evening. Out to Bentley again. Oh, Bentley. Oh, no. Wow. Bentley got hit hard. Oh, he got back up. Wow. I thought it for sure he was going to be down for the count.
He was airborne.
Man, somebody check to see if Bentley's got a hole in his arm.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because I can't believe he got up from that vicious hit. 1st and 10 at the Tallahassee 48.
I didn't see who hit him. Did you?
I
just saw the running back in the air.
Yeah, he was flying like an airplane on schedule as Wilson drops to throw, hits Dags in the flat for a 4-yard pickup. Man, it's hard to believe. 4:07 to go in the first half. 7-3 Aztecs.
Yeah, this game's moving fast. Not a lot of scoring, but the time is ticking away.
4:07 left. We need to get Red Bull in here. Because anytime a player takes a big hit like that, we can say that Red Bull gave him wings. Somebody could get Red Bull on the phone. Wilson going down. That's a 6-yard loss. Tyquan Hale. Tallahassee now has a sack from Hale, Norwood, and Bain tonight. And that's the first since the first couple of plays of this ball game.
Wow. That's Hale's 14th of the season, and I guess it was only a matter of time before one of those 3 were able to crash through and get to the quarterback.
3rd down and 12, 3:38 to go in the first half, and this is the only time that Mexico City has failed to convert on 3rd down in this 3rd and long situation. 3 down linemen for the Pride, 4 receivers. Wilson going to throw out of the empty. Wilson pass is tipped up in the air.
Still going.
Intercepted. Sir Chappelle gets his hands on it at the end, and Tallahassee gets the ball up to the 49-yard line.
Oh, my gosh. That looked like volleyball out there. That's incredible. That's Chappelle's 7th interception, and, God, when you keep the ball up in the air that long, somebody from the defense has got to come down with it.
Nice athletic play there. Chappelle just wanted that more, I think.
Yeah, he's a beast in the secondary.
So Tallahassee starting to turn things around here. This will be their 4th drive of the ball game. They've had it for 26 plays. Mexico City 24. It's been a pretty even game in that department. First down for Christensen. He'll fire short middle. Caught for a 5-yard pickup. Now they're running no huddle. That's Ethan Sneed's first catch.
That's smart. Keep the defense off base.
Christensen out of the gun. Tallahassee
He's open,
likes
wide
what they
open,
see.
wide open.
First down
Nice.
and more.
Nice
Picks
shifty
up
move.
12.
Yeah, that was a nice shifty move by Francis there in open field.
Man, the Pride finding some magic in this doubles look here as Christensen steps up in the pocket. He got a face full of Aztec there. What a throw.
Well, yeah, the walls were coming down on him, and he was able to stand in there and rifle it to the receiver.
Ball at the 21 now. Christensen racking up the yards. Middle. It's caught off the deflection. Ethan Sneed, first and goal.
That was crazy. That's heads up there by Ethan Sneed. He's a Week 12 signing rookie, and 6 foot tall, 185, man. He was in the right place at the right time and kept his team from disaster.
Wow, how about a heads-up play from Ethan Sneed? And quickly, Sneed now has 31 yards on 3 receptions. And speaking of spreading the ball around, that is 5 different receivers now with at least 2 receptions for Tallahassee. just ahead of the 2-minute warning. First and goal at the 8.
Look at that.
A.J. Francis takes
Wow.
the handoff, and I don't know how he didn't score.
That hole was incredible.
Dragging Nick Daggs down to the 3-yard line, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. And what a ball game we have brewing here. The 8-3 Aztecs, the 9-2 Pride on the SFL's final week of the regular season. Aztecs looking to make a stand. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports. Tallahassee on the move after the Sir Chappelle interception. Pride trying to get their first touchdown of the night. They're 3 yards away as the sun continues to set here in Florida. Christensen fires, Gossett. They rule it a catch, but out at the 1. It's either a touchdown or an incompletion as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Well, I think the best thing for Mexico City defense was that break there, because they were on the ropes. Tallahassee was swinging, and they didn't have anything to stop them.
3rd and goal at the 1. This could be a make-or-break play here. Tallahassee really struggled against Mexico City their last meeting inside the 5. Handoff,
There
Francis. Touchdown, Tallahassee. They won't have to settle for 3 points here, and the Pride have their first lead of the night.
Yep, and again, the blocking hole was incredible.
Thanks for the clarification, Charles.
Yep, great offensive line play there, and that was a great series there. They spread the ball around and then gave it for the home run shot to Francis up the middle.
Christensen has got to be leading the league in completions, but he's 18 of 22 tonight with 134 yards. It's a very concise offense. 417 completions
He
coming
is leading
in.
the league.
Yeah, 38 more completions than the next quarterback.
That's silly.
That's A.J. Caswell.
And he's leading in attempts and completions.
And the extra point is good. Christensen had 540 completions coming into the night. That's 7 more than Caswell. And Queen City will be on the air Tuesday night. They have a big game against Baltimore. But tonight, Tulsa tries to keep their playoff hopes alive. They host Oklahoma City in the Oklahoma rivalry. Those two teams played earlier this season. 41-37 Tulsa, and they stopped OKC on 4th and goal at the 3-yard line as time expired. It was one of the best games of the season, and the rematch is coming up next on 11 Sports at 10 Eastern. And look at Jeffrey Daggs on the kickoff return.
There he goes.
Oh, the kicker got planted in the ground, and Jeffrey Daggs is going to score.
Oh,
touchdown,
my gosh.
Mexico City. That
Wow.
block was one for the ages to
Wow.
spring Daggs for the score.
Yeah, that's his second touchdown of the season, and man, that just at the right time. The momentum was swinging over to the Pride side, and the special team stood up and made great blocking up there for Daggs,
What's
and he
the
took
block
it to
on
the
this
house.
kicker?
Look at this.
It's Montague.
Bam.
Pow!
Yep. Laid him out.
Right in the kisser. So Daggs gets the touchdown, and Mexico City erases Tallahassee's first lead of the night in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, that's what playoff teams do. They don't let the momentum slip away, and they're really handling themselves here in the opponent's house.
Aztecs, as you mentioned, just 2-3 on the road this season, and licking their wounds from really a rough loss on the road against Houston. But that loss looks better every day. The Hyenas have beaten Chicago, Mexico
they're on
City,
fire.
and Alaska in the last 3 weeks. And it's been...
They're one of those teams you don't want to face.
That's right.
They're playing
That's
so well.
right. And right now, there's a lot of teams hoping that the tiebreakers don't fall their way. Houston is starting to creep up. They're 14th now in the standings, but they're going to need at least 3 of those 4 teams at 5 and 6 to lose. And if Tulsa wins tonight, they'll need Vegas, Queen City, and Sioux Falls all to lose to still have a chance. And that goes for any team that's 5 and 7. And in fact, if Tulsa wins tonight, given what all has gone on today, Charles, I'm not sure there's a path for any other team besides Houston at 5-7 to get into the postseason. Well, it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, my head's spinning trying to keep track of all this stuff.
Well, 32 possible scenarios will all be broken down. SimulationFL.net after tonight's final broadcast. We'll have the full story of all the odds of where your favorite team might land. And if you're an SFL fan out there watching tonight on television, where your favorite team might be playing this playoff season. The wild card round is Saturday, October 12th at 5 and 10:30 Eastern. Then quarterfinals Tuesday, October 15th, Wednesday, October 16th. The semis are Tuesday the 22nd and Wednesday, October 30th. The championship game is at 8 Eastern with a pregame at 7:30. And actually, I think it might be 1 hour ahead. We'll get that cleaned up. Sorry about that on the graphic, the error. Francis with the carry, but it's going to be offside.
Yeah, little mistake by Mexico City. Looks like it's first down for Tallahassee.
So the Aztecs make a boo-boo. That's Thurgood Jenkins, signed in Week 10. A lot of players went from couch to field.
Jenkins makes a big boo-boo.
Yeah.
Guy that size.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that guy can't make little boo-boos. But I mean, couch to field. We had over 70 players get on squads this season, and plenty of them have been making an impact. And I think we're actually going to make a new award for the biggest impact player, biggest mid-season signing. Willis still in bounds, and Mexico City might want to challenge that Willis stepped out of bounds. He was very close to the sideline.
Yeah, he was close, but man, look at that rowdy run on the flat. He was wide open.
Willis, I don't think we're going to get a good look here unless it's right at the beginning of the play.
I don't think he stepped out, Cam.
Maybe
was it right when they cut it? It was that next step?
Yeah, I thought as he trickled down the sideline, but I must have been seeing things. Good job by Willis keeping the toes in.
Yeah, it's dangerous. When you're trickling down the sidelines, crazy things can happen.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line for Tallahassee. 2 in the backfield, 2 receivers. The 3-4 look out of Mexico City's defense. Christensen's pass intercepted.
Dangerous.
Jeffrey Daggs got a
my
block.
gosh.
Oh, Jeffrey Daggs is going to
right.
score. 15, 10, 5. Oh,
did he not
stop him at the 1-yard line? I stand corrected. Almost the second touchdown of the night for Daggs. And what an effort by Tallahassee. We're going to have to see who made that play.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I thought it was not easy, but I thought he was well into the end zone there. That tackle was outstanding.
That was A.J. Francis who made the stop.
Gosh.
Wow. What a play to stop the touchdown, but Jeffrey Daggs is taking over this ball game in the second quarter. And somewhere Mike Daggs is a proud dad. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Wilson going to throw. Wilson.
Whoa!
Oh, touchdown.
Nice.
Richard Montague, get those toes in, son. What a throw.
That was lightning quick.
I thought he was throwing it away.
Yeah, wow.
You know what that looked like? That looked like the Tyler Lockett catch for Seattle against the Rams. You see that?
Yeah, that's his 10th touchdown of the season and his 40th career. A great play. They caught him napping, and he was wide open on the end of the end zone there.
Holy moly! Mexico City quickly up 10-11, pending Cole Varner's nearly automatic extra point. And the Pride's head has to be spinning here. They were up 7 to
what do we have to do?
10 to 7. It seems like ages ago. The extra point is good, and Mexico City leads 21-10. And the Pride faithful are stunned.
Yeah, that was quick. That was a quick turnabout. I mean, they had to recover from an interception. That interception return quick, and a quick score. Also, that kick return. So they're spinning right now.
That's the first passing touchdown amongst 4 interceptions. Doesn't feel like we've had 4 picks in the first half, but I suppose we have. Chappelle, Daggs, lots of players getting involved as Jones gets it out to the 21-yard line. Stephen Hacker manning our stats behind the scenes. 50 yards, 5 receptions for Daggs leads the way. And on the Tallahassee side, 4 different players with over 30 yards receiving.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, This, Mexico, that offense of Mexico is just incredibly. Well, they're both dangerous, but tonight Mexico's really showing it.
Jeffrey Daggs putting the team on his back in a kind of a quiet half for Ray Bentley. Just 29 combined yards on 8 touches as the handoff goes to Francis. And Francis is put in the dirt by Nick Daggs. A 1-yard gain. And I think Mike's getting better at his motivational speeches to his sons.
Yeah. He just put it on a tape recorder and replay it every game because it's working.
And Tallahassee looks content to run out the clock and regroup here. I think they need to try to attack Mexico City maybe a little bit more downfield in the second half. Although Mexico City has backed off from their aggressive style in the first half, playing a little bit more zone. Christensen down the middle of the field, and Tallahassee is rattled. Had a wide open Grayson Willis. You hardly ever see that.
Yeah, that was definitely a wide open pass there. That was a missed opportunity for Tallahassee.
Again, if Mexico City wins, they'll improve to 9-3. They will jump to 4th place, a half game behind Baltimore and Seattle. Seattle will slide into 3rd place. Tallahassee will fall to 5th. Alaska will maintain their 6th position and will be stuck there, at least not being able to move up, as Christensen's pass was caught, but it was behind the intended receiver. I think that was Hunter Jones at the top of the screen. Tallahassee will burn a quick timeout now that they're in a little bit more of a comfortable position.
Yeah, not a lot of time to do anything but toss it up to the end zone. Or, take a knee and go get some water in the locker room.
Christensen jogging over, wants to see what's up, and he'll regret that immediately as Coach Gooden is steaming. This is, you can't throw that interception. That interception was just killer. And kudos to Jeffrey Daggs. He jumped that, came out of absolutely nowhere. Christensen, with 3 seconds to go in the first half, will throw and just fire a short, safe throw to Grayson Willis. That's the end of the first half. And my, oh my, the Mexico City Aztecs have traveled well in the 12th meeting between the Aztecs and the Pride. This one belonging to Mexico City, but a whole nother half to play. 21-10. 2K Sports halftime report with stats and analysis coming in just a matter of seconds. And as we look at the numbers, I have a feeling that Tallahassee is going to be dominating some of them, and a lot of them, actually.
Definitely.
Every single one of them, actually, but they find themselves down 11.
Yeah, Mexico City's on fire. Tallahassee's going to have to make some big adjustments here at halftime to stop them.
Boy, if you're Tallahassee, you got to feel frustrated. You got 203 yards in the first half, and you got 10 points. They just have stalled out inside midfield. And the previous meeting between these two teams last season, Mexico City stood tall inside the 5-yard line. They forced field goal after field goal after field goal. And Tallahassee just kind of ran out of time. And this game not exactly going that way, but you get a little feeling of deja vu every time Tallahassee crosses the 50.
Yeah, and it's in a game like this, when you make a mistake, the team that wins is the one that makes you pay for it. And so far, Mexico City's got the edge on that.
So as the highlights roll on, A.J. Francis had a good first half, 42 rushing yards and a touchdown. This is such a great play by Sir Chappelle, nabbing that out of the air. Nick Daggs, 7 solo tackles. Lawless has 4. Hale, Norwood, and Bain each with a sack. I combined Bain and Hale there to make a Bale. Yeah, that was. I don't want to see what the science project of morphing those two would look like. That would be a Frankenstein situation.
So the first half player of the half is Daggs.
Yeah. You have to specify.
Jeffrey Daggs.
Yeah,
Sorry.
There's too many. There's too many of them. But yeah, that play right there, that was the difference maker.
Well, it would have been good. any one of them could be.
Yeah. No,
so you're really never wrong.
That's true. But A.J. Francis, it's too bad that Tallahassee couldn't get the stop. This was the play that immediately followed it. What a ball from
so
Wilson.
Quick. Yeah.
And Tallahassee just, caught flat-footed.
Yeah. They weren't ready. They were probably trying to audible out of it, and they just got caught with their proverbial pants down.
Yeah, so start of the second half, and Tallahassee's got some work to do. They're down 11. with Stephen Hacker on stats, Charles Doherty on the color. I am Cameron Irvine, and you're watching Week 13, Season 13 of SFL action. Mexico City, a lot on the line tonight, trying to avoid going into the playoffs on a 2-game losing streak. Tallahassee would like to have a home playoff game. They are putting that in possible jeopardy right now, and you would think 9-3 would be good enough, but this season, not so much in the SFL. It has been extremely competitive at the top of the standings.
Yeah, I'm also, for this particular game, I'm amazed that neither Bentley nor Francis, I mean, they do have a touchdown. Bentley has a touchdown, and Francis has a touchdown. But other than that, not a lot of action in terms of yardage for either one.
1st and 10 at the 28. Mexico City gets the ball to start the second half. And Wilson is in trouble. He lost the ball. It's still loose. And who's got it? Mexico City.
That was scary right there.
I think Ray Bentley came up with it. A 5-yard loss. And the second half starts like the first. Wow. That was Bentley. That was his best play of the night.
That was heads up there by Bentley on jumping on top of that ball. But great pressure by Norwood getting in there. Well, that was Norwood, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter Norwood applying the pressure. And my goodness gracious, that was a dangerous start to the half. Tallahassee's only saving grace tonight is that they've won the pressure game. But they just haven't gotten it consistently enough. Wilson going long, caught by Mike Daggs. He shrugs off sharp and is wrapped up by Bond. Bond's upset because Daggs got so wide open, and Wilson is 15 of 17.
Yeah, it was like a center and a point guard going up for a jump ball. I mean, there's no way. Daggs was definitely going to get that when he goes up against any of the corners. He's just got the air and the height to bring it in.
A minute into the third quarter, and Mexico City is picking up right where they left off in the first half. That was the longest reception for Daggs of the night. He's got 47 yards on 3 catches. As Wilson fires it outside. Barrett again. First down to the Pride 45-yard line. That's catch number 6 for KL.
They're heating up, Cam. They're heating up again.
They are. Tallahassee needs one of those Jeffrey Daggs interceptions to swing some momentum.
Yeah, interesting point. I did some numbers on the offensive line of Mexico City. They average 14 pounds on the defensive line of Tallahassee. That's a lot of meat you're running up against.
Yep, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Wilson again, solid pocket, out to Montague, picks up 7 to the 38-yard line. Michael Sprouse, who's been quiet, makes the stop. And a shout-out to a wide variety of defenders on this Tallahassee bunch. They've got a lot of them. Hunter Norwood, Taekwon Hale, Kevin Bain, J.R. Lawless, Succo Lamano, Chris Young, Michael Sprouse, Bernard Gooden, Sir Chappelle, and Alex Bond, all users on this starting defense for the Pride, as Wilson's pass is caught again. Mike Daggs picks it up to the 24, and if you're interested in joining the SFL, the rookie draft is on December 14th. Go to simulationfl.net and join our Discord server.
Man, he's got a cannon of an arm that comes out of there like a missile.
Chappelle on the tackle, and this is not looking good for Tallahassee. They have not looked sharp defensively coming out of the locker room here in the third quarter. They need some answers. 8:36 to go in the third. 2 backs and 2 receivers for Wilson. 7 in the box, rather, for Tallahassee, and Wilson going to throw. Wilson fires outside to Barrett. Caught. Not the prettiest pass of the night for Wilson, but gets the job done. Barrett with catch number 7. He's one off his season high.
Yeah, so far they don't have anything to stop that Mexico City offense. They got to do something. I think maybe add an extra guy there to go in against the quarterback.
This is a 3-minute drive, and they have made quick work of it, mostly all through the air. Ray Bentley just 3 carries tonight, 7 yards. Mexico City airing it out early and often. They're going to throw again. Wilson scrambles away, gets it out to Bentley. Bentley needs no blocker, gets down to the 6, 1st and goal. And I've always admired for Matt Wilson his presence in the pocket. He just looks so smooth.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a bad play there, but he took a step in the pocket and was able to get it.
A small one.
Yeah, was able to get rid of the ball.
It doesn't take much, I mean, it just a little bit of a movement can open up that passing lane.
Yeah, and he didn't panic either.
No panic. Wilson's seen it all.
Yeah,
he's had Alex Dominguez flying at him for the last number of years, so you can't get any worse than that. First and goal at the 6, 7:26 to go in the third. Wilson all day, fires, end zone, knocked away. And I thought he almost fit one into Matt Gibbs, and that would have been the second pass deep in the corner.
Yeah, he had that, but it looked like Michael Sprouse was able to knock that away just at the last second.
Drive nearly 4 minutes. There's a look at Bond. At one point, he had interceptions in 9 straight games, but Bond has been really quiet in the last couple of weeks and does not have a pick tonight. Second and goal at the 6, handoff. Ray Bentley inside the 5, pushing down to the 3. His 4th carry goes for a few.
It was only a matter of time that they handed off to Bentley up the middle, and I think that's their biggest concern here on this part of the field is Bentley up the middle.
Tackle made by Chris Young, but now it's third and goal at the 3. Last time the Aztecs had a goal-to-go situation, they were down to the 1. Montague to the top of the screen got the touchdown. Goal line defense for Tallahassee. Barrett to the bottom of the screen. Bentley to the right of Wilson. Matt Wilson, 5-step drop. Wilson going back in the end zone. Oh, almost caught.
Wow.
That was number 82, David Jr., who made the first tackle of the day, and the backup tight end almost one-handed it.
Yeah, that would have been quite the circus catch.
That was a huge drop because that's going to keep it a 2-score game.
Yeah, that is a huge drop. And, that was just a bad-placed ball. That's rare for Wilson. But Tallahassee survived on this one. Even if they walk away with a field goal, I think it's a small victory.
4-minute, 14-second drive to start the half will end in 3 points. And that gives Tallahassee some hope as they get a stand. Really not because of their defense, but because Junior dropped the ball, quite literally. The 20-yard chip shot for Cole Varner is up and good. And Mexico City extends their lead to 14. A lot of game left. Tallahassee needs to respond. The Simulation Football League is back in a moment. .6:43 to go in the third quarter with Stephen Hacker on stats. Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine. Your crew for tonight's primetime matchup between the Aztecs and the Pride in their 12th all-time meeting. 12 meetings in 13 seasons. Not too shabby, Charles, as Tallahassee's had the edge all time in this series 7-4, but Mexico City giving them their best stuff. Number 1 in the league in points per game, this Aztecs bunch.
Yeah, when these two play, the average score is a little over 6 points a game, the margin. So they each game they play is hard fought.
First and 10 at the 20, 6:39 to go in the third quarter. Christensen's got to get moving. He'll start the drive with a pass into the flat. Oh, it's almost caught again. Tallahassee's already caught one off the deflection tonight. That pass intended for Willis. And I don't like the call, Charles.
No.
I'd like to see a little more of Francis. 10 carries, 42 yards in the first half. He was a stabilizing force.
Yeah, he was. And, you got some balance. And if once a defense starts figuring out what your tendencies is, you're dead. Pretty much. They'll hone in on it. I'd also like to see a couple more passes down the field a little bit further to help mix things up a bit.
6:35 to go in the third quarter. Second down off of Christensen's 7th incompletion of the night. He'll throw out of the shotgun. Slants going over the middle. That pass is tipped up in the air. And
holy mackerel.
Incomplete. Wow. That was terrifying for all involved.
It was like an 8-second hang time on that.
How does nobody bump heads on that? I mean, that looked like bumper cars. When you go to the amusement park and the guy running the bumper car says, "All right, no bumping," or the go-karts.
Go-karts. The
go-karts.
Yeah.
Sorry, that doesn't. The other way doesn't make any sense. And then everybody just rams into each other.
That's
what
right.
that looked like.
That's right.
3rd and 10 at the 20. Trips to the left side for Christensen. Will drop the throw. Christensen outside. It's a race to the sticks, and Snead's not going to have the speed to get there. 3 and out after their defense was on the field longer than 4 minutes. That is not what the Pride were looking for.
Yeah, again, I've said it a bunch of times tonight, the Mexico City secondary, they're just playing outstanding, and Christensen hasn't had an answer for them yet.
It just goes to show you, Charles, I mean, it's obvious that Mexico City watched film taking away these
Definitely.
flats. It's
Yep.
obvious. And what's incredible about the Simulation Football League is if you know what you're doing, you watch film, and you can make the plays that you need to make on both sides of the ball. I mean, really, anybody can beat anybody on any given week if you've got a great game plan.
Yeah, and the thing is, for those of you that are thinking about either just joined or thinking about joining, teams, ask for help all the time. And if you're into that type of stuff, there are plenty of opportunities for you to get deeply involved in your team.
SimulationFL.net, join the Discord server, and the Welcome channel has league and team staff in it that can help you with all of your questions as Ray Bentley takes the handoff. Bentley breaks a tackle, picks up 5, and that is 1 yard shy of his longest run of the night, which
He's
is
got
6.
40 total yards, I believe.
Yeah, it's crazy,
That's
right?
amazing.
And they're up 14.
Yeah.
And that's got to be a huge positive sign for Mexico City. If they can be up 14 on the road against a perennial powerhouse and Ray Bentley only has 40 yards,
Yep.
this team is a championship contender
Yep.
with those numbers.
Yep, they've got many weapons. You can't just shut down one because they'll just move up the other person and they'll perform.
2nd and 5 of the 48. Wilson in some trouble.
Look at that. Oh, my
man.
God.
He put that right where it needed to go. But Lamano with an excellent hit on Montague jars the ball loose. It's 3rd down and 5, and Mexico City will need to convert.
Yeah, and again, Wilson in the pocket, his presence is incredible. I mean, he was just about ready to get leveled.
That was a perfect bang-bang hit there from Lamano. He timed that up perfectly. A second sooner, and that would have been pass interference. Tallahassee 5 of 10 on 3rd down. This is just the 6th third down of the night for the Aztecs. They're 2 for 5. This their 6th drive of the contest. 5:13 to go in the 3rd. And Daggs is sacked.
Big stop.
Coming off the near side, Taekwon Hale with his 2nd. And Tallahassee's defense gets a stand.
That's what they needed. They needed that momentum. Bring him down. Use the big boys up front to pressure that Hall of Fame quarterback.
So the Aztecs will punt it away. Their punter is Henry Hako, the rookie that signed in week 9. And his kick is up and away off screen. Fair catch called for at the 27. And we'll take a short break. Tallahassee went 3 and out on their first drive of the second half. Their offense has to get moving. Time starting to become not on their side. Back in 30 seconds. .433 to go in the 3rd quarter. 24-10. Aztecs on top of Pride. 2 receivers, and Christensen fires it out to Willis to pick up 5 yards. The last time this Tallahassee team beat Mexico City was 2 meetings ago. They won 13-10. That was back on October 22nd, 2018. So almost a year has gone by.
It does so far in the second half. It doesn't look like Tallahassee's changed much from an offensive standpoint, and like we said, I think they need to tweak a couple things here, and the pressure's on for them to score here.
4 minutes to go in the 3rd. Got to string together some first downs. Give that defense a break. Oh, another short pass into the flat, rejected, and because of that, Ken Gossett has had some trouble getting going. He's way under his usual production, just 39 yards on 7 receptions.
I'm telling you, Tayumi or Ogawa is going to take it to the house if they keep trying to do that.
3rd and 5. Honestly, the only reason why this game is still close is because they haven't been able to turn those into interceptions, just getting one paw on them. Now, 3 receivers to the right of Christensen. Needing a first. Straight back. Quick slant. Nice play call to the 38-yard line. Caught Mexico City by surprise as Hunter Jones, the lone receiver over there on the left side, wide open.
Yeah, that was like by a blade of grass. He got that first down. That was a good play.
3:37 to go in the third quarter. Aztecs got to be feeling pretty good. They've only given up one big play. That was down the field to Grayson Willis as Christensen fires it out to Francis. Francis hauling that in and takes
He got high load on that.
takes a shot across the brow from Pablo Zamora, who's
Wow.
been pretty quiet tonight, but a 7-yard pickup at the end.
Yes, that helps. You know, you got to get that. You got to get Francis involved because it gives another option for the defense to worry about.
Man, talk about a tag team effort. I'll hold them up.
The only thing that was missing was the bell.
That's right. Ding, ding. 2nd and 3 after the 7-yard catch for Francis, but he paid for it. Look at Agawa creeping in at the cornerback
He smells
spot.
it.
He smells a
smelling
run or something out to his side. There comes the run. Here comes Agawa.
Nice run.
But a good hole inside for Francis as they got a couple of nice seal blocks preventing Agawa from having a good angle.
That was very sagely of you to say that about Francis. Either getting more involved and getting results. What else do you need to say to Tallahassee, Cam?
I don't know. I just think that Mexico City's obviously given them a nice wrinkle defensively tonight. Tallahassee's wrinkle could be with Francis. Got to feed him some more. That's his 11th carry. Quick pass. Gossett makes a move.
Wow.
And that's just a superstar player making a
definitely.
superstar play. First down to the 39.
Yeah, not many receivers can pull it in like that. And we said at the top of the game, he's Gossett and as well as Willis and Hunter. They're very, Willis and Jones. They're very reliable. When you throw the ball to them, they're going to catch it 71% of the time at least.
2:05 to go in the third quarter. This has been the best drive for Tallahassee in quite some time. Christensen back to pass, fires
There
it
you go.
outside,
Get up,
wide
get up.
open.
What is he
And
doing?
Hunter Jones.
Roll. Do
Just-
something.
Act like you're on fire. 9-yard pickup. 2nd and 1 of the 30. Coming up, Oklahoma City and Tulsa, but tomorrow night some critical games. Atlanta goes to Seattle. Boy, what a big game that it could be. And if Mexico City gets the win, Seattle has an opportunity to get as high as 2nd. And then the Vice Wars 4, Denver and Vegas, Monday night in prime time, wide open. Willis, he's going backwards. Willis able to get the first down to the 27-yard line. And Tallahassee's really fighting, scratching, and clawing for every yard here right now.
Yeah, they found something there short over the middle that so far Mexico City doesn't have an answer to.
52 of you in the Twitch chat right now, and if you want to join the conversation, visit twitch.tv/11sportsnext to chat right now with real owners, coaches, and players on the field as we speak. Gossett breaks the tackle, and Gossett's got a touchdown. You can't get Gossett down by the shoelaces, and Tallahassee gets a score before the end of the quarter. So huge.
Yeah, you can't go to sleep on those receivers, and Gossett made him pay with his 8th touchdown of the season.
Watch this measly tackle on the sideline here. That was, boy, not even worth mentioning.
That was an odd dive.
It's almost like Agawa went after him too early.
Yeah.
Almost like
Timing
he jumped
was
too
off.
soon. Yeah. Poor angle there. Gossett now with 76 yards on 9 catches and a touchdown, so he shut me up pretty quick. That's a pretty good line right there. 54 seconds to go in the third quarter, and
I think that's his 60th career touchdown.
Tallahassee's got an extra point, and you said 60th?
Yeah.
Wow, what a career for Ken Gossett. And that's one of the
He's checking. He's going to check.
That's one of the fun parts of the league. It's not to check you.
I'm just
it's
kidding.
to bring
I'm
up
messing
all
with
the other incredible players that have played in the SFL all time. And there's some names on here.
Yeah.
I mean, that go way back. Of course, we've been simming games over 1,000 simulations, 7 or 6.5 years worth. As Dags, who has nearly 2 touchdowns tonight, but certainly 1 with that return. And leading that all-time receiving leaderboards is James Cooley with 87. Wow. Still, he hasn't been in the league since the Minneapolis Maulers back in those days. DR Sim has 83. He got the win earlier today. Nick T. Quick, 77 touchdowns. You know who that is, Charles? Excuse me. Jake Legacy with 70. Won multiple championships with Queen City back in their New York Knights
Another
days.
great pass. Holy
And
mackerel.
Wilson gets us back gets us back to the present, to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that we woke us up. Don't forget about me, Cam.
Montague now 36 yards, 4 receptions on 5 targets,
Look at
and
that.
he's got
oh
the
my
score.
gosh, he got it right where he needed to. Unbelievable accuracy, and he didn't have it wasn't a full motion throw either. He had to improvise.
Christensen in the chat, it's been a crazy good game, perfect for the rivalry. Y'all got a great game plan, and the way this game is going, it's making me rip my hair out. Wilson dropping to throw, fires it outside, caught, 5-yard pickup to the 46. That is a tougher pass than what Matt Wilson makes it look. Dags with the catch.
Yeah, they were fighting for it, but 9 times out of 10 you're going to lose when you go up against Dags. He's just a big man out there.
End of the quarter. Aztecs still up 7, but they are protecting a very thin margin. 8-3 versus 9-2. Something's got to give. Playoff seeding on the line. Back to Florida in a moment. Welcome back to Tallahassee here to start the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 5. Aztecs by 7. And a rare I formation out of Matt Wilson in this
Wow.
offense. Oh, boy,
Got fullback.
dangerous play. And that's Tovar going the right way, sort of this time. Laterally out to the line of scrimmage, far side of the 45. This is a big 3rd down for the Aztecs because that momentum is starting to trickle back to Tallahassee.
Yeah, Tallahassee needs this one, definitely.
Some nervous energy here in this stadium. These two teams both want and need this game badly, trying to get a home playoff game in the first round. Matt Wilson hit as he threw. It's overthrown. Oh, man. Chappelle had a chance to make a top 10 play of the year.
Definitely.
And he just couldn't bring it down either way. Tallahassee gets the stop, and oh man, this game's getting tight.
Yeah, that's they were fortunate. Mexico City was fortunate. Chappelle doesn't drop many of those.
This for Mexico City will be the 3rd punt of the night. Tallahassee only has 2, so we haven't had very many in this ball game as that punt gets out of the 25 and the return out to the 29-yard line. And what will we see out of the Pride when we come back? Can't wait to find out. Tallahassee down a touchdown. They got the football. Christensen up next. Tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is brought to you in part by Nation's Best Football, helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to help #secure the bag. By ScoreStream, official live scoring app of the SFL. By Sector 6, custom esports jerseys and apparel and exclusive SFL shop provider. And by SpyGoat, dedicated to the craft of audio. Aerial shots brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. Charles, there are a lot of cruise ships.
Definitely, and I think
Florida.
we got a quick shot of the Irvine penthouse right before we.
You got to stop spreading those rumors, my friend. Got to stop spreading those rumors. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line for Tallahassee off the Mexico City punt. Francis in the backfield. Christensen going to throw. Outside. This time, nobody in the
There you
flat. Willis spins
Willis
away
is
from
still
3.
alive.
Grayson Willis.
Wow.
21 yards off the timeout. He's got 66 yards on 9 grabs.
Yeah, Willis did his best A.J. Francis spin impression there. How many times do you spin? 1, 2?
And a little sidestep. Zamora and Agawa end up cleaning it up.
Little soft shoe.
But really, for the first time tonight, Tallahassee goes to an open flat.
Yeah. Yeah, we're waiting to see if they give the ball to Francis a little bit more here near the end of the game.
9:48 to go. I bet they do once they're tied up. But right now, it's in their leader's hands. And that leader nearly threw another pick. And if Mexico City doesn't win this game, Charles, they're going to look back at all these tip balls in the flat and say, man, if we just would have gotten one of them.
Opportunity down the drain.
This was Agawa's best one. He got two hands on it.
Definitely.
The other times, he's just been able to
Like
get
a
over
one
there.
hand,
Yeah.
or a one hand, yep.
That was his.
That's crazy. Yes, breathe a sigh of relief, Tallahassee.
Man, got to make that play. Mexico City's got to be more opportunistic than that. They're third in turnover differential. It's pretty surprising to see that out of the Aztecs here tonight. 2nd down at midfield off the incompletion. Christensen is now 30 for 40 passing. Tallahassee's had the ball 56 offensive plays. 2nd and 10, handoff Francis. Francis breaks
There
a
you
tackle.
go.
A.J.
C-Cam.
Francis
C-Cam.
breaks it past the 25-20, 15-10. Oh, he is crushed at the 9-yard line. But a brilliant play by Tallahassee's running game, and the Pride are in the red zone.
You're trying to keep him in the stable there, Cam. Give that man the ball. Nice blocking up front. Look at that. Powers his way to the 2nd level, and then he's just off to the races. But that was a touchdown-saving tackle. Excuse me, by Ogawa.
Well, there's Jeffrey Daggs there at the end of it. You're going to get another look at it. Daggs making another heads-up play and reminding Francis who his daddy is.
Oh, yeah, he came in and finished it off.
9:20 to go in the 4th quarter. 1st and goal at the 9 for the Pride. 2 receivers either side. Francis in the backfield. Just 5 in the box for Mexico City. Christensen going to throw. Christensen short of the middle and
I thought he had that.
dropped by the first time he's been targeted.
I think maybe the
Wes
defender got
Turner.
a hand in there and knocked it down.
Wes Turner, their 6th option. Jack Wall's been pretty quiet too. Hasn't even been targeted.
That's right.
They've gone away from throw it to the tight end tonight. I think they did that just to spite Mike Daggs.
That's right. I mean, if it had been on the other side, we would have heard a vocal Dags in chat.
That's exactly right. Jack Wall in chat as well.
Jack Wall's a little more, he's a little calmer.
2nd and goal at the 9. Christensen going to throw. Christensen fires it outside to Gossett. And a nice open field tackle by Agawa.
That was a huge tackle.
Man, if he doesn't make that play, it's a tie ball
Yep.
game. Gossett 10 for 81. And I know that Agawa hasn't gotten the interceptions tonight, but, I mean, he's having the game of his life.
He's been all over
out
it.
here.
He's been all over it.
He's probably gotten mentioned more on this broadcast than the entire season. And he's just all over the field. Look at this straight man across the board here. Christensen going to throw.
Oh, nice play.
Wide open. Ken Gossett.
Wow.
And Mexico City backed off. And that's a touchdown.
Nice.
Gossett's got 2 of them in the 2nd half, and we're a point away from being tied. And Tallahassee, once down 24-10, has climbed all the way back.
Wow. I think that's his 9th touchdown now and his 61st career. I mean, he's he's unbelievable. Having a heck of a game.
Han Tayumi was on him, and I don't really know what Tayumi was doing. He opened his hips in the wrong direction, and Gossett burned him.
That was a smart offensive play there. Got ourselves a game, Cam.
We do. 8:33 to go in the fourth quarter. And a bad snap. Boy, Lee, that could have been a big difference maker. But the extra point is good, and we're tied at 24. The top six. Tallahassee currently third. If they win, they move to second. They do not have an opportunity at first, at least in a head-to-head just with Denver. They lost to the Night Wings 13-10 in overtime earlier this season. If they lose, Tallahassee would fall to fifth. Mexico City up to fourth. Seattle moves into third behind Baltimore. That Baltimore-Seattle game was another classic earlier this year. Baltimore just narrowly beating Seattle. We've seen a lot of close games at the top. The Denver-Tallahassee game that I mentioned going to overtime. All these teams at the top, it's wide open right now.
Yeah, tonight's been back and forth. Momentum swings left and right. So this is great tune-up for the playoffs.
Earlier scores today: Houston beat Alaska 19-14. New Orleans beat St. Louis 24-13. Vancouver fell to London 14-23, and this game is 24-24. You know when it's playoff time, Charles, when you don't see the 35-38
definitely.
Craziness.
Yeah, and there's Bentley's sixth carry up the middle. Unbelievable. He's 22 yards, 21 yards.
Yeah, and just his 12th touch of the night. Kudos to Mexico City for understanding that we don't have to rely on Bentley every single game. Got to diversify. And they have done that tonight. 8 minutes to go in the fourth. But it hasn't led to the lead. Instead, we're only tied. It's intercepted. Tallahassee picks it off and returns it to the 27-yard line. That's Michael Sprouse. And the Aztecs are falling apart here on the road.
Oh, my gosh. Tallahassee is rising up just at the right time. That's Sprouse's third interception of the season. And it came at the right time. Momentum is now the needle's pointing towards Tallahassee.
Very similar to the Dags interception. Just stepped right in front of it.
Yep.
I don't think Wilson saw it coming. Third pick of the night for Matt Wilson. His QBR down to 65.
A lot of interceptions tonight, Cam.
A lot of interceptions all week long. Defenses are showing up. Now Christensen, who's already thrown 43 times, will hand it off to Francis. Francis spin move inside, only got 2. Nice job by Mexico City corralling him. That was a combo stop there by number 48, Coolio Diggs, and number 99, Thurgood Jenkins. A couple of signings over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's Tallahassee doesn't have to there's no panic here. They just need to stick to their plan and get the ball down. And at this point, it's so tight. I think a field goal would work as well.
7:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Christensen's throw is down the middle, intercepted at the 9-yard line. Christensen's got 2 picks now today, and that one was taken away. The first one was by Dags. This one by TL Alvarado.
Yep, they went for the home run, and it did not pay off. It was risky, and now they got to get their defense out there. Defense didn't get a lot of rest, and here we go. They got to stop Mexico City.
Eddie Gage said it best in the chat. What was he looking at? And if you're Christensen, you just got to get points on that drive. You can't give the momentum back. Now the Aztecs have a long field. Wilson throw. Oh, Wilson almost gave it back to him. Pass broken up by J.R. Lawless. And
it goes the same way for Tallahassee. That's an opportunity lost there.
That's right.
God, that would have hurt if they got the ball back. It would have hurt Mexico City.
These two defenses, Charles, I think the right word is confused. I think the defenses are just confusing these quarterbacks, giving them lots of different looks tonight. Very unusual
Smart
to
game
see.
plan by both.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very unusual to see Wilson and Christensen having roller coaster nights like this. Bentley gets the reception. Bentley sidesteps. Bentley pushing for the first down, gets 9 yards on the play out at the 18-yard line, and that is, I believe, either one of his or his longest reception of the night.
I think that's his longest. Man, he did everything but get the first down, but 3rd and 1, I think they'll take it.
Sets up a 3rd down. Mexico City just 2 for 7, but they haven't had a lot of.
They're playing.
Yeah, you're right. They haven't had a lot of 3rd and 1s tonight. Wilson going to take advantage of it. Boy, Tallahassee just giving first downs away. They were 15 yards off the line.
Yeah,
Montague with the catch.
That was a gift.
Man, I know it's only October, and I know that They got all the Halloween stuff on the shelves, depending upon where you go. They got Christmas already up, too. You know, those
Yeah, I hate
corporate
that.
stores, yeah. And apparently, Christmas has come early for Mexico City as their gift to the
I was
third
wondering
down.
where you
There you go. I
with
came
that.
back to it.
Wow.
First and
Yeah.
10 of the 27. Wilson going to throw again over the middle. Oh, what a
Oh,
play!
my gosh.
First down to Barrett to the 39-yard line. And that was his most sensational catch of the night. And he now ties his season high with 8 receptions.
Wow. He got caught it, but he held on to it. He got hit pretty hard there by the defender.
Dav D 2017 in the chat asking what this is. This is the Simulation Football League, the world's first controllerless esport. Wilson going down, a loss of 8 yards. That's the 4th sack of the night for Tallahassee, and he was smothered.
Man, yeah, there wasn't real anything that there's not a lot of magic Wilson could have done on that one. He just had those 2 behemoths coming at him. That's
5.
6 sacks against Wilson.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
You're right. I missed one.
That's
3
crazy.
for Norwood, 2 for Hale, 1 for Bain. Wilson having a rough night back there. Now 2nd and long. Going to throw again. This time outside Daggs. Picks up 9. 3rd and 9. Anyway, what I was saying, this is AI versus AI, but custom game plans, coaches, team staffs, front offices submit strategies. They watch hours upon hours of film every week. Real players, coaches, owners on the field all night long and all season long on every team, all 21 teams in the league. And it is one heck of a time, and all the people in the chat right now, current players, owners, coaches. That pass is caught, and a broken tackle from Barrett. Barrett past the 20 to the 19-yard line, although they're going to officially mark him at the 20. And KL just shrugged off the defender like he was a piece of trash.
It looked like the defender went for the interception there and whiffed.
Like a paper bag on the beach.
Oh,
Hit him
my
in the
gosh.
face, and he get off me.
Yeah, I hate that when that happens on the beach. That's right up there with like sand on my chips.
Yeah, you've never been hit. You ever been hit with a plastic bag?
No, I had it hit in my face when I was in the water.
Yeah, that's awful. That's what that looked like.
Yeah.
Man, KL Barrett saying, man, somebody's got to get a litter crew in here. Clean this up. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Mexico City here in Florida putting on a strong effort. And they're in the red zone now. Wilson back to pass. Firing short into traffic.
Dangerous.
And that pass broken up by Chris Young. Signed in week 10 from couch to field.
Wow, that was dangerous. That's not a typical Wilson throw there.
The playoffs start Saturday, October 12th. And it is capped off by the championship game Wednesday, October 30th. All on 11 Sports. And all will be competitive games just like this one. 2 playoff teams going at each other right now.
Here we
It's
go.
been a wild game. Bentley open in the flat, makes a move.
Well, my gosh.
Ray Bentley, first down to the 8, picks up 12.
What athleticism there.
And the clock's rolling, Charles, not on the side of Tallahassee.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this is they're definitely in striking position here. Tallahassee's going to have to find something. Turnover, a sack, something.
If I'm Mexico City, I'm making sure this clock runs down as slow as it possibly can.
Yep.
Tallahassee hasn't proven they can beat me deep all night.
Yep. When you got Cole Varner there on the sidelines, that's quite a luxury.
1st and goal at the 8. 7 in the box for Tallahassee. Wilson under center. Matt Wilson fires into the end zone off the hands of Junior. He's dropped 2 of them, and they might need to change his last name to sophomore.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that was another opportunity Tallahassee could have gotten turnover out of that.
2nd and goal at the 8. That stops the clock. Another critical drop for the Aztecs. Wilson is 30 of 40 for 292 yards tonight. QBR up to 72.
I think Tallahassee is saying beat me beat me by the pass, not run. They don't want Bentley to take it in.
Wilson going to throw again. Pass knocked away. Stops the clock again. Alex Bond was in coverage down the field, but I think a linebacker got a hand on it. Might have been, no, it looked like Lawless maybe made the play.
Yeah.
3rd and goal.
Here we go.
Playing with fire.
Here we go. Lock and load, people.
Playoffs on the line. Both of these teams are in, but where will they play? Will they play at home or on the road? And will they have the advantage over each other heading into the postseason? It's all about to be decided. The next 3:29, 3rd and goal at the 8-yard line. Wilson going to throw. Wilson's pass is knocked away. Almost caught at the 2. 3 straight incompletions for Matt Wilson after he had only 9 the whole game. And it's 4th and goal. They'll have to kick the field goal.
And the Mexico City fans have to be going through deep breathing techniques right now, trying to
I tell
catch
you what,
their breath
Charles,
on that one.
I have you have a nervous laughter tonight for both of these teams that I haven't heard from you all season. I mean, it's you can feel the tension in this building.
Definitely. Here comes Varner. He hasn't missed since season 10, I believe.
Golly, that is he's had an incredible career. 24-yard field goal is up and good. Mexico City takes the lead. 3:23 to go. Aztecs clinging to a 3-point margin. We'll find out who gets the dub after this. In the break, Charles and myself riding the emotional roller coaster that is this game. You must be this tall to join the simulation. And no, I did not hold up my hand because it doesn't matter how tall you are to join the SFL. 3:21 to go. Sports and Fitness in the chat. Welcome. Sports and Fitness asks if we have a Mississippi team. The closest team to you probably is Tallahassee or New Orleans or Atlanta, depending upon where you are in Mississippi. But the New Orleans Pharaohs, Atlanta Swarm, Tallahassee Pride occupying the southernmost part of the United States. Mexico City, the furthest team south in the league. 3:21 to go in the 4th. Christensen's got it all on his back. Deep ball intercepted at the 34-yard line into double coverage. Christensen may have just thrown this game away. Pablo Zamora with the pick.
Oh, my gosh. Unbelievable. Yeah, that was a dangerous, dangerous play.
What is
thrown
he
into
doing?
double coverage. Unbelievable. That's Zamora's 4th, I believe, of the season.
I mean, that was not even close. That was a bad throw for
That was a
Christian
head shaker.
Christensen.
Definitely a head shaker.
And now it's up to Tallahassee's defense because Mexico City is almost certainly
bring out Ray Bentley.
Yeah, almost certainly going to get at least a field goal out of this. There's the
There
Bentley
you
run.
go.
Bentley chews up some clock, picks up 5, and now Tallahassee playing the waiting game as they need a stop here.
Yep. I would just run him until he can't walk.
Bentley certainly has fresh legs tonight.
No, he should, yeah.
7 carries, 26 yards. 8 receptions, 52 yards.
He might have made the play of the game when he jumped on that fumble.
That's a great point, Charles. Is Wilson going to throw? Wide open, Mike Daggs, touchdown.
Oh, Mike Daggs.
Mexico City back up 9, and Matt Wilson did not want to wait any longer
caught
to
him
score
napping.
some more points.
They probably thought it was going to be the Ray Bentley show, and Wilson made him pay for that one.
I love the play call. That was totally
beautiful.
unexpected.
That was beautiful.
Oh, Daggs.
He was wide open.
Just cut across the middle. There was nobody there.
Wow.
Wow, one heck of a play for Mexico City. And there's some people heading for the exits here. That was a stunning turn of events after Tallahassee got the goal line stop.
Yeah, 10 points is a lot to come back from here in 2 minutes and 44 seconds.
And if Mexico City is able to hold on to this win, they would become the second team today, the third team today, actually, out of 4 games to be the team with the worst record in the matchup to win the ball game. The underdog beating the favorite. It's been upset weekend so far in Week 13.
One of the things that's impressive about Mexico City is, when they get a turnover off you, they make you pay. I mean, and that's championship caliber team. When you can capitalize off turnovers, I think they've done it at least twice tonight. I might be missing one.
Yeah, well, the Dags got the interception. They scored on the next play to Montague. That interception from Zamora got him a touchdown. That's at least 14 of their 34 points tonight, and that has been set up with, very short field position. They really haven't had to work too hard. Jeffrey Daggs gets the kickoff return for a touchdown. That's 21 points off of turnovers in short fields.
Curious to see what the time of possession is, too, because like you said, Mexico City scores quick.
Right. The Aztecs 62 plays tonight. Tallahassee 63, but it's been the way. Oh, wide open.
There you go.
Ken Gossett. That'll help.
Hurry
Tallahassee needs a score, and they need to score now.
Hurry up.
Sports and Fitness asks if they ever get hurt. Yes, of course, and the SFL is always looking for trainers. As Christensen's pass
dangerous,
intercepted. Man, if Agawa would have come down with that, he wasn't even looking for it, just stuck his hands out.
The odds are eventually they're going to get an interception. They keep touching the ball that much.
2:23 to go in the fourth quarter, 34-24. Coming up next, Oklahoma City and Tulsa. The last time they met was 41-37. Tulsa getting the narrow victory. The Desperados are desperate to make the playoffs at 5-6. They are right on the bubble as Christensen's going deep down the middle. Wide open.
Wow.
Willis, first down to the 32. Why have they not been doing this the whole game?
Well, I think that was just a small lapse on the Mexico City side. I don't think he's been open that often.
Good point. First down for Christensen just before the 2-minute warning. Pass caught by Gossett, but he won't get out of bounds. And that'll get us to the 2-minute warning. Well, Tallahassee's not going away just yet, and those people that were starting to leave their seats are running on back. The Pride still got something left in them. We're back to Tallahassee in a moment. Squid Rock in the chat asks, why watch fake football when you can watch real football? Well, when it's your player that's on the field and your friends that are your teammates, and you're able to build bonds and feel a little bit what the pro athletes feel. It's a lot of fun as Ken Gossett breaks a tackle and gets down to the 8-yard line, along with Stephen Hacker on stats, Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine. This is the Simulation Football League, 1:46 to go. Christensen trying to mount a comeback.
There you go, smart. That was smart.
Francis inside the 5, down to the 2, picks up 6, quick no huddle. Tick, 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 tick. 1:33 to go in the fourth quarter. Christensen gets set. Back to pass. Out to Francis. Touchdown, Tallahassee. They're not done yet.
That's what they needed to do.
Saved all 3 of their timeouts.
That's what they needed to do. Now we've got the big onside kick. Well, we got the extra point too, but.
Wow, what a drive for Tallahassee to answer the call.
Yeah, that was fast.
Easily their best drive of the night, and Francis was all alone. It looked like Mexico City's defense was all sorts of turned around.
Yeah, I don't think they had the right package in there to defend against that play, and they just kept running it and running it and running out of that formation.
89 seconds left, and Mexico City got to feel like they turned a corner and got hit by a piece of plywood.
Yeah,
that
right
was
in the face.
Right to the
with
noggin.
A nail on it.
with a nail on it. Well, I don't know. They're still up 4. Maybe the nail was slightly bent.
The door was open. I had to go.
Extra point is good. 34-31. Onside kick time for Tallahassee, and I think it's important, especially with Cole Varner out there. You got to kick it deep enough to keep Mexico City out of field goal range. Give your defense a chance to get a stop. They need a really solid onside kick from Richard Douglas here. 1:29 left. All 3 timeouts for Tallahassee. Trying to mount a comeback. Douglas's onside kick is bumped in, and it is recovered by who's got it? Tallahassee.
Oh
Will Parker recovered the onside kick and got hurt. Look at Frank Goodman. He doesn't even care that his player is on the ground injured because he recovered the onside kick.
Yeah, who tipped it up in the air? Yeah, I couldn't see.
Wow, I have never seen anybody recover an onside kick then get hurt. Sports and Fitness was asking earlier if players get hurt, and there you go. Right in front of you.
Question answered. What's the next question?
New life for Tallahassee, and look at the chat reacting to the onside kick recovery for the Pride. Christensen, pump fake, goes near side to Gossett, out of bounds. 7-yard pickup. Wow.
I mean, even though they got that out of bounds, I would still try and hurry up, because you don't want to let the defense get in there and get the right folks in there. You want to just keep running it down, getting it down their throat.
I'm still tingled by the reaction of Coach Gooden out there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
His player's hurt, and he's just jumping for joy that they recover the onside kick. 2nd and 3. All they need is a field goal to force overtime. Tallahassee fell down by 10 just moments ago. Pass caught by Willis. First down to the Aztec 45-yard line. No huddle. Clock running. Still, all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time for Tallahassee. Willis gets set top of the screen. Mexico City's defense is imploding. Pass caught by Gossett. Pickup of 3. I like what the Pride are doing. You don't want to score too early.
Don't make a mistake. Don't try and force it downfield.
1 minute to go. Christensen to throw. 3-step drop. Fires short. Caught. Willis near a first down. 3rd and 1. I'd give it to Francis.
I think they need about another 5-7 yards to be safe for field goal. What do you think?
50 seconds to go. I would agree with you. And Douglas nailed a long one earlier tonight. That pass caught by Gossett. And Gossett inside the 30. He did not get out of bounds at the 25. I thought it was going to be picked off.
Yep, I did too. That's right.
35 seconds to go. Christensen going to throw again over the middle. Willis, 19 seconds left, and Tallahassee finally burns a timeout. Oh, my.
This is crazyville.
Woo!
Oh, my gosh. I need a drink of water.
Wow, Tallahassee.
That was well done.
You
well
got to
done.
love the heart, man.
Yeah, well done.
You're 9 and 2. You got a chance to get the 2nd spot in the playoffs. These two teams are fighting tooth and nail at the top of the standings, and they have put on a championship performance tonight. 2nd and 4th and 19. Christensen on a slant. Oh, it's off the back of a receiver, and it's 3rd down and 4.
That was a dangerous pass. That I mean, you don't get greedy.
The back of Hunter Jones.
You don't get greedy.
Wow, that is the downside of no huddle. Tallahassee looked a little scatterbrained there on that play.
Yeah.
Wow, 26 seconds to go off the onside recovery. Tallahassee trying to win the game. 4 receivers set. 26 seconds left. Christensen to throw on 3rd down. Pass is knocked away, and it
Stop
hit the...
doing that.
Golly,
what are you doing?
How many interceptions are the Aztecs going to drop tonight?
Oh, my gosh. The golf gods are not going to let them get away with it very often if they keep trying that.
Wow, that's
Did I
just
say golf gods? I meant football gods. Sorry, what am I? That's my problem.
You're thinking about the off season already.
Oh
Sean.
my Lord! Sorry.
So on 4th down, Tallahassee going to attempt the field goal. You got to do it. 36 yards away, and don't forget Jeffrey Daggs is the kick returner. He's already got 1 tonight. 36-yard field goal for Richard Douglas to tie the ball game. The kick is up. And it's good.
Oh, wow.
And Tallahassee has come back from 10 down in the final 2 minutes to tie the game at 34.
And those people out in the parking lot are probably angry right now.
I don't think they let you back in after you left the stadium. It's a lesson in patience.
Yep.
It's
a virtue, I hear.
Just like a lot of the SFL is a lesson.
We are a patient lot.
Well, the league is.
I'm just trying to help you out. I'm just going with the flow.
19 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Daggs on the return now, tied at 34. From the 10-yard line, Daggs 25. Daggs 30
down
to the 31 with 14 seconds left. And if I'm Tallahassee, I'm looking for Mike Daggs and where he is, because that's how they like to hit him on seam routes a lot.
Yeah, definitely. You can't forget about him. I mean, I'd let him do the screen to Bentley all night, and just I'd lock it down middle and excuse me, and on the sides.
Mexico City was up 24-10. Tallahassee came back. Then Mexico City took a 10-point lead. Then Tallahassee came back. They just cannot get rid of the Pride in the second half as Wilson fires down the middle, almost intercepted.
Oh, he had that.
Field goal range.
Had that.
Into field goal range, it would have been.
Oh my gosh!
With the pick.
Oh,
he's
hitting himself. That was in his mitts.
Christensen in the chat says, "I am actually sweating."
They should see us.
That's right. That's what the SFL will do to you, especially when you have invested interest. SimulationFL.net. If you want to become a player, on a team. The rookie draft is live December 14th from 11 Sports Studios, and we'll be announcing the picks live on television. 2nd and 10.
Oh.
Wilson fires, slant, caught. You got to call a timeout. They do with 7 seconds left. I don't like the slants call, though, and we've seen this a lot down the end of the season. Midway through the season, Charles, 90-all slants took the league by storm. Everybody said, "Oh, nobody can stop this. Nobody has the tools to do it." And
Too
now,
many smart people in the league to let that get away.
well, now what we're seeing is it's being a detriment because teams are going to it too much. Especially late down the stretch. The Hail Mary formation not out there yet for Wilson. 7 seconds to go, trying to get into Varner range. They go slants again. Pass is caught at the 49, but it's not going to get them into field goal range, and they'll have to throw a Hail Mary. And don't forget, Tallahassee was on the wrong end of a Hail Mary at the end of the first.
Do you want to give them an opportunity to return an interception, or do you just want to go to overtime?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like Tallahassee against Alaska at the end of the first half a couple of seasons ago went to throw a Hail Mary. The ball got popped up in the air on a hit from the defensive line, and it was returned all the way for a touchdown. I don't think you can take the risk if you're the Aztecs, but they're going to try.
You were setting it up, and I just completely ruined it. Sorry.
Well, that's all right. Matt Wilson also has fumbled on a sack as well tonight. You don't want that being recovered
definitely.
for a touchdown either. Wilson going to throw. Pump fake. He actually has some
got some heat.
time. Matt Wilson's pass is short and followed around and incomplete, and we're going to overtime.
Here we go.
OT on the way. Mexico City and Tallahassee putting on a show tonight.
Definitely a show. Oh, my gosh.
Coming up next.
That almost had a tip where it would have gone into the wide receiver. Did you see that?
Yeah.
If he would have got that, that would have been unbelievable.
That was a dangerous play. In the SFL, overtime is first to score, and the Aztecs win the toss. They'll choose to receive. Each team gets 2 timeouts in the overtime, and they will have that for each overtime period. The game goes until somebody scores. Pride will kick it away. Man, what if Douglas would have surprised onside kick there? That would have been something.
Watch out for Dags.
On the return.
Past
the 30. Jeffrey Dags. He's in the open field. And to start overtime, Dags is going to finish it. Mexico City's going home with a victory.
He is the player of the game. Thank you. That's my vote. Unbelievable. Did you see that offensive line lay out? I think it was the kicker.
Jeffrey Dags on the first play of overtime has won the game for the Aztecs.
Oh, my
2
gosh.
kickoff returns for touchdowns and nearly a pick 6, and you will never see a game end like that.
Yeah. Jonathan Olvera just I think he gave him the final block to get Dags into the end zone.
The Chad has lost it. 90-yard walk-off is right, says Man Robinson. And Mexico City wins one of the most wild football games you will ever see, despite having 120 less yards of offense. They lost every stat tonight and won it because of their heart from Jeffrey Dags and company.
And they capitalized on mistakes, and their special teams was flawless. Their secondary played out of their minds. And even though there were some interceptions, I mean, you got to give it to to Matt Wilson. He was lights out. I mean, he had some passes in there were just incredibly accurate.
Wow, so Tallahassee twice climbed back to tie the game down double digits,
Definitely.
and they just couldn't close it out.
They couldn't close it out, no. And now Mexico City has all this momentum going into the playoffs. Let's see if they can carry on with it.
So Mexico City's win means that Alaska cannot get as high as 6 in the playoffs. That's it. The 3-time defending champions will have to go on the road in the first round of the playoffs. And Tallahassee really wanted to play Alaska in the first round in that 3-6 game. Now, it might be kind of challenging to get the 3 spot. Tallahassee's going to fall to 5. Mexico City climbs up to 4. Seattle now 3. Baltimore 2. And that's the way the top 6 will stay, since Tulsa and Oklahoma City's the lone game left on the evening slate.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch my breath here, but I give player of the game, as I said before, to Jeffrey Daggs. I mean, 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, key interceptions. I mean, he played lights out.
Wow. Some final numbers. Wilson, 33 of 47, 331. K.L. Barrett finished with 136 yards on 10 grabs. That's season highs all around for him. Daggs finished with 91 yards, 7 receptions and a touchdown. For Tallahassee, 44 of 60 for Christensen, 372 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 picks. Francis, 91 yards on just 13 carries, had one of his best games of the year. 148 yards on 17 receptions for Gossett. 103 yards on 13 receptions for Grayson Willis, and we would not have all these stats without our stat man behind the scenes, Stephen Hacker, who did a phenomenal job this evening. I hope we see Jeffrey Daggs get player of the game because he absolutely deserves it. And we're about to find out right now what it looks like. Yeah, drum roll, please.
Well.
And they're going to give it to Wilson. No offense to Wilson,
no
I don't
offense
agree, but Jeffrey Daggs was amazing. So was Wilson. 32 of 46, 322 yards, 2 touchdowns with a QBR of 85. For Stephen Hacker, Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine, and the rest of our Simulation Football League crew, this has been a presentation of the SFL on 11 Sports. Tulsa and Oklahoma City comes your way at the top of the hour. And from all of us in Tallahassee, Florida, we say good night. The playoffs start in 6 days. Get your popcorn ready as we count down the final games of the regular season over the next 2 days. Good night, everybody.
Good night.